Today I'll show you a Canadian drama film from 2015 called Into the Forest. The movie starts with Nell and her elder sister, Eva, are living with their father Robert in a house near at the forest. One night while Eva is dancing and Robert is reading, there comes a breaking news of massive power outages. At the same time Nell is in her room studying for her upcoming entrance exam. All of a sudden the power is off. Having no light to read books, Nell rushes to the family's car in the front yard to get the emergency torch, then quickly goes back into the house without noticing the car's back door is still open with the light on. Next morning the family is about to go downtown for gas and supplies. However, the car battery has gone totally drained. Nell realizes her mistake. Robert immediately proceeds to replace another battery for the car, and Eva helps him to start the engine. But it doesn't work. Meanwhile, Nell turns on the radio for updates on the power failure. Robert and his two daughters then try their best to push the car with their bare hands, but in vain. To make it even worse, the radio signal has eventually gone when night comes, leaving them totally isolated for days. Day 10, Robert successfully manages to get the car run with his chainsaw. Immediately the family drives to town. Along the way, they see many have left the neighborhood. No gas station works. They stop at a grocery store and encounter a man highly cautious with a gun following after a name Stan, making sure the family aren't bad guys. Stan lets them buy the stuff including gas and offers them candles for free. The family then proceeds to a gas station with hope to fill their tank, but face a group of bad guys riding motorbikes about to rob them. Noticing the station, Robert leaves the place and heads to Eva's dance class. After that he goes for a beer with his friend, while Nell meets up with her boyfriend Ellie till evening. After that, on their way home, there is a stranded car in front of theirs. Robert quickly gets off and offers to help, but the passengers threaten him with guns. The family immediately moves on with fear. Next day, Robert tells his two daughters they will not go downtown until the power is restored, while Nellie's angry and starts to misbehave hearing the news. Eva seems to be understanding and prepares tools for her father's wood cutting. Robert then goes into the forest with a chainsaw. Unfortunately, while he is cutting down a tree, the tool is broken and accidentally leaves a deep cut on his leg. Hearing their father screaming, Eva and Nell rush out of the house looking for him. When they reach his place, he is bleeding to death. In his dying words, he tells the girls to take care of each other. The two girls burst into tears and hug their dead father until the sound of wild animals wake them up at night. In the morning, Eva comes back with tools, and the girls start to dig a hole to bury their beloved father. They get home in late evening and fill the empty house with cries and endless sadness. It has been 2 months without power, and their breakfast now is barely just an egg and a glass of water. As Eva can't stand dancing with timer anymore, she requests to use 1 out of 5 liters of gas they have left to run the generator for music. However, Nell wants to save all for urgent needs only. With anger, Eva locks herself in her room, not letting Nell in. That night, wild boars come to their yard and eat up the only 2 chickens they have. Next morning, Nell goes to the front yard to collect chicken eggs for breakfast, but all she sees is their fur. Nell disappointedly informs her sister of the bad news, but Eva remains ignorant. At lunchtime, Nell patiently waits for Eva to join her, only to see Eva come, grab a dish, and go away, leaving her all alone. Later that night, Nell has a nightmare in which she is running in panic looking for Eva. Hearing Nell screaming, Eva tries to wake her sister up and calm her down with a tie hug. One rainy evening, the roof leaks while trying to dry up water dropping down from the top. Nell finds an egg-shaped box with a piece of chocolate inside. She calls Eva, but there is no response. Without hesitation, Nell emotionally enjoys the chocolate to her fullest. Suddenly, Nell quickly puts the chocolate drop into the box. It's Eva stepping and complaining. She insists on using the gas for dance music as she is no longer able to keep up with the timer. Nell immediately eases Eva by giving her the box. Eva opens it up and sees 2 gums inside. They both talk happily until Eva notices the chocolate drop and starts questioning with doubt. While they are quarreling, someone knocks on the door. With highest caution, Eva approaches the door, followed by Nell with a gum. It is Ellie, who has walked for days looking for Nell. Next day, Nell takes Ellie to the treehouse her father builds in the forest, and they sleep together there. After that, Ellie tells Nell life may be still okay in Boston and convinces her to go with him. Having agreed with each other, they talk to Eva and insist her to join them, but she believes it's just a rumor yet. Eva respects her sister's choice and lets her go. Next morning, Ellie and Nell say goodbye to Eva and leave the house, however, just a night away from home. Nell says goodbye to Ellie and turns back home, unwilling to leave Eva 6 months without power. Nell starts searching plants for food and medicine and forages together with her sister using her books. One morning, Nell finds out she's in period. She breathes a sigh of relief as the fear of getting pregnant with Ellie is now over. Tonight, Nell excitedly suggests drinking up a bottle of alcohol. They are saving for emergency only. Then, to Eva's surprise, Nell uses some gas for the electricity generator. The light is on, but there is still no network signal. However, the sisters have a good time together looking back on family's memories. Eva can even dance with music on, though. Just for a little while when the part is over and Eva is sleeping, Nelson quickly transferred the rest of the gas into another box. Next day, while Eva is chopping wood in the front yard and Nellie's in the forest foraging, Stan approaches their house. He beats around the bush in front of Eva for a while. Then all of a sudden he attacks and rapes her. Eva tries to open her eyes in pain, but all she can see is Stan getting their sole can of gas running away with their car. Nell comes back, seeing Eva lying motionless on the ground. She gets panic cries and helps Eva go inside. Eva later gets extremely obsessed with the happening, so Nell boards up the house for her to feel safe indoors. She also spends some guests to cheer her sister up with dance music. Eva is so surprised she thinks Stan has taken everything away. Now that Nell makes a joke that she secretly hides it away, just in case Eva wants to waste it again. But Eva doesn't get better in the 8th month without power. While looking for food left in the house, Nell finds a piece of paper with her nickname on it. Nell happily tells Eva, as she thinks it is their father's letter in case of emergency. But it turns out just pumpkin seeds. Inside, Nell disappointedly goes to the yard to grow the seeds. And while doing the work, she falls over and gets back pain. Hearing Nell screaming outside, Eva is hesitant about her obsession, but seconds after, she bravely puts aside to help her sister. Also that day, Eva throws up and soon realizes she is pregnant. To Nell's surprise, Eva has decided to keep the baby, saying that she doesn't want to lose anymore. It has been 15 months without power. The baby keeps growing inside Eva, and Nell tries her best to learn about pregnancy, even go hunting to take good care of them both. One night, during a bad storm, several beams of the rook break, and Eva goes into labor. The sisters flee for a Hollywood out tree stump that once served as their playhouse, where Eva gives birth to a baby boy. Returning to their room and home, Eva decides to burn down the house, so that anyone passing will think that they died in fire. Before setting the house ablaze, they collect a few precious items and keep safe. After that, the sisters burn down the house and begins walk into the darkened forest. That is how it ended. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification so you can watch more video like this. Movie Lovers Recap.